Well, we're trying to locate Gutesa if he's going to go back to testify, but we don't know yet. We're looking at all the narrations as a whole, as a whole. All the narrations from the beginning of the Senate trials that led to these revelations. All of them will be used in putting up the theory of gross excusable negligence. Kasi nga, you're the leader of one house, and the other house is led by Senator Chisa Escudero as Senate President. And they were able to come up with that budget, which included insertions, and which included diversions of money from what was supposed to be to what became. So that is, if it's not criminal, then it must be negligence. It must be one of them. It cannot be completely, nobody can be completely blameless for that.
Sir, Senator Chis Escudero, paano na po yung investigation sa kanya?
Ongoing, we have statements leading of a money trail leading to him, narrations of fact that are there already. But of course, we want to buttress it with other evidence, which we're looking to right now. Ano nga eh? Pag wala ka makitang AMLA trail, then you have to follow a cash trail, and we will find it.
Sir, sundot na rin natin. Villiers naman po kasi the original subpoena of the House was intended for 4 firms. Pero as it turned out, wala doon yung firms na connected sa Villiers. As it turned out, it's Motion Trade, not INT. So, kamusta po yung investigation?
Let's face it, no. There has been a lot of connivance. Congress, DPWH, even the agencies that were supposed to monitor the fund movements, no. So definitely there was total connivance, and the fact is that congressmen and senators are told by DPWH kung saan distrito sila pwedeng magbaba with SOP. Napakaliwanag nun. There are favorite district offices where they give very high SOPs, no? And maliwanag na yon, no, sa findings ng ICI. So it's a matter of identifying people who were involved in the connivance that really brought this whole government machinery system total breakdown. No? The process to us, especially coming from DPWH, is already very clear. Without the role of DPWH officials, hindi mangyayari to.
At sir, aabot yun hanggang sa mga sekretary.
Umabot na nga eh. Lahat. Wherever it leads. Because it did not start the last 2 years. It started way back, started in tiny bits in 2018, started to grow. When they perfected the system, it started in tremendous leaps and bounds.
Ano nga, yung sa Villar, we may be putting up a new task force for the River Drive and for the flood control of Las Piñas. Bacoor, Las Piñas area. Kasi, andun yung mga lupa na nag-benefit din eh. They're the landowners also that benefited from that. So we have to look at that also. We're forming a new task force for that. Just for Villar itself. Yung Zapote River Drive, together with the Bacoor properties that were boundaries on the rivers, no? Dinaanan ng river. There were improvements made in that area. That's one thing that has to be looked at. Ano yun eh? Pag tikaroon ka, pag dumaan ka ron, alam mo kanilang lupa yun. Nakita mo yung river wall. Tarong mo, sino ba gumastos? Gobyerno o sila? Ganun kasimple yun. It's as simple as that. So we will determine that later on. Sa costing ng project na nangyari doon.
By the end of the year, ilan kayang posibilang makasukan natin? Sinasabi kahapon ng DPW Secretary 60 raw. Kakayanin ba na idea lang ba yun o sa kayong sipag?
Pwede umabot ng ganun. Baka hindi lang eh. In fact, the one question to me earlier this morning, I was with members of the diplomatic corps. Yung isang ambassador, the ambassador of Denmark asked me a question. Do you have the absorptive capacity to file all of these cases? How many people do you have at the ombudsman and how many cases are there? Sabi ko, wow, that's a good question. Kasi nga, we have 1,400 people here in this office. Kasama na ang Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao offices. And if you look at that, ilan ng lawyers natin dito? 400? Yeah, roughly 400 lawyers. But if you look at the number of cases and the number of projects, you're looking at more than 1,000 projects na may problema. That's around 3 cases per lawyer only. Pero if you look at it, the volume involved and the court time involved, that's a lot of cases. Pero I think we will manage. And if you look at the staffing pattern of the Office of the Ombudsman, we can accommodate more lawyers here. And a lot of people are applying right now. We're evaluating them already. Kaya yung tanong na, will we be able to deal with this deluge of cases? I think we will. And ang kailangan lang dito, kaya nga kailangan ng dialogue with the Supreme Court and the Sandigan Bayan, is that they should be prepared to adjust their time schedules. Na we might be start trying cases morning and afternoon pagdating ng panahon. So much different from what life is right now. No, halos walang kaso, konting-kaunti ang kaso sa Sandigan Bayan. We expect a deluge of cases. Well into 2026, marami pa ipa-file dyan. Kasi ang dami naman nagre-report pa. I received text messages, pinapa-investigate ko. And some of them turn out to be positive, like Binyan, Laguna. May nag-text lang sa akin. So, pinadetermine ko sa fact finder, sa mga tao namin, meron. May problema din. So, we're talking about a lot of cases here. A deluge of cases will happen.
Meron po tayong mga kunyari priority. Unahin ba natin yung matataas na opisyal o yung doon muna tayo sa
As they come Pero siyempre, yung matataas sa opisyal, these were the high-profile cases. They will receive more attention. You will notice it more than the other cases. But actually, they're all of the same significance. But the higher your position, the bigger your responsibility. Kaya, tiis na lang. Kung pag ikaw yung mataas sa gobyerno, ikaw ang nakasuhan, tiis ka. Kasi hiningi mo yung trabaho, ngayon, managot ka sa trabaho. Di ba? Panagutan mo yun.
Sir, yung sa task force naman ng leaders, one question na, why do you need a separate task force for the...
Kasi ano yan it's a complete analysis that you need sa pagdating doon. Kasi yung River Drive alone is a multi-billion peso project or projects na nangyari. That's the River Drive spanning from Bacoor to Muntinlupa yan passing through Las Piñas. Mahaba yan. That's around 11 kilometers yung road. And then, yung perimeter niyan will be Villar properties ang marami. North and south of it. North and south boundaries from Muntinlupa to Bacoor. Meron talaga. Kaya kailangan talaga pag-aralan ng specialized group yan. That are dedicated. I think that it should be something that it should have been done a long time ago. Pero priority yan.
Sir, do you expect them to open? The videos, kasi considering na, of course, hindi sila masyadong...
I think they need to. It's not a matter of them wanting to, but they will have to cooperate. Jairo.
Sir, River Bank, on top of po dun sa ties nila sa mga firms na nakakuha ng...
Yes. Bukod pa yun.
Pero will it...
Kasama na yon sa task force. Yung lahat ng Villar involvement.
Just for scale, no? Just focusing on the 421 ghost projects. Easily 15 can be accused per ghost projects. So bilangin nyo ilan yun. Ganong karami.
Ombudsman, just to contribute on the understanding of the deluge of cases. Understandably, per district, you can imagine already 15 or to 20 people being charged, involved in the illegal process. And you can have possibly 100 projects. Okay. But here comes the important aspect of restitution of the kickbacks. We don't need to prosecute them 100 times for the 100 cases they were involved. Because yung maximum penalty mo naman reclusion perpetua, nandun na rin yun But the important aspect here is to get back the kickbacks, the stolen funds from the government. So that will be part of our effort. It cannot be compromised. Kailangan ibalik yung nakaw na pera, ibalik sa kaban ng bayan.
Sir, Zaldico, ano na po yung balak natin sa kanya? Siya po yung kasama sa dapat nagpa-file na po ng counter affidavit, but he is abroad, sir. Ano na po yung next steps natin?
As Biko said, he may lose the chance to fight his case if he will lose by default. Kasi ang rules of court is also applies to people who are absent. You just have to leave it in their last known address.
Sir, next steps po doon, ipapakancel na natin yung passport.
Yes, pag nasa korte na. Pag may warrant na.
Kasi red notice, possibly, pag may warrant.
Yes, we red notice. Ngayon, blue notice lang. So we were able to locate him everywhere he is.
Sir, anong intel nyo kung nasan siya ngayon?
I think he moves between Spain and Portugal. He just moves between the two countries, Spain and Portugal.